friends, welcome to all of you in my YouTube channel. So today I teach you the first chapter of the historical background of the Indian Constitution. So this is the entire fact of the Indian Constitution. That is, this is a new book of the Constitution's introduction to the use to the by Durgadas Basu, Introduction to the Constitution of India, set 22nd edition of the book about the Constitution of India. So let's start the discussion of the Constitution of the India. The very fact that the Constitution of India Republic is unity of a historical retrospect, product not of a political revolution but of the research and the deliberation of a body of eminent representative of the people who sought to improve upon the existing system of administration, make a retrospect of the constitution development of indispensable for a proper understanding of this constitution. Practically, the only respect in which the Constitution 1949 differs from the constitutional documents of the preceding 2 centuries is that while the latter had been imposed by imperial power, the republican constitution was made by the people themselves through representative assembled in sovereign constituent assembly. That explain the majesty and ethical value of this new instrument and also significance of those of its previous provision which have been engrafted upon the pre-existing system. For our present purpose, we need to go beyond the year 1858 when the British Crown assumed sovereignty of India from the East India Company and Parliament enacted the first statute for the governance of India under the direct rule of the British government, the Government of India Act 1858. 21 and 22 Vict of 106. This act served as the starting point of our survey because it was dominated by the principle absolute imperial control without any popular participation in the administration of the country, while the subsequent history of the making of the constitution of the one of the gradual relaxation of the imperial control and evaluation of the responsible government. By this act, the power of the crown were to be exercised by the Secretary of the State for India, assisted by the council and 15 members known as the Council of India. The council was composed exclusively of the people of England, some of them whom were nominees of the crown, while others are representative of the directors of the East India Company. The Secretary of the State, who was responsible to the British Parliament, governed India through the Governor General, assisted by the executive of the council, which is consisted of high officials of the government. The essential features of the system introduced by the Act of 1858. Thank you, friends. In the next video, I will discuss the essential features of the introduced by the Act of 1858. Thank you.